Please welcome Lauren Durban presenting Fear, Public Speaking, and the Untold Story.
My name is Lauren Silverman Durban, and I want to talk about fear. One fear in particular. By a show of hands, how many people think they might have glossophobia? Anybody? Well, it's actually many, many more than that, because glossophobia is the fear of public speaking. And it is incredibly common. Statistically speaking, it actually ranks just a hair above fear of death. That is true. Jerry Seinfeld had a great line about that. He says that means for the average person, if you're going to a funeral, you are slightly better off in the coffin than being asked to deliver the eulogy. And I know quite a bit about glossophobia because I had it. If I'm being honest, I still do. And I realize how ironic that is because I've spent my whole career in public speaking. I was an evening news anchor. I now have a morning radio show, and I literally teach public speaking in workshops. One of the places I do that is at the UNL Business School, and I do that for international students. And these are some amazing people. I had, for example, an 18-year-old woman who came to Lincoln from Malaysia completely on her own and without the approval of her parents because she was going to get an American education. There was a young man from Oman who escaped horrible violence with his family to come to the United States. And the stories went on and on like this, bravery and adversity, and to a person, every one of them was terrified to tell those stories. Now, they were not scared to share the information. That wasn't the problem. They were literally afraid to stand in the front of the class and have everybody look at them. And you can understand that because if it's already scary for most people, imagine doing it in your non-native language. But as the weeks went by and I coaxed it out of them and they got braver and braver, it occurred to me what a tragedy it would have been if these stories had never been told. We are going to hear some amazing stories up here tonight. But I want you to also think about the stories we are not going to hear. How many people, even in this room tonight, have a story they would share if only they weren't afraid? How many great leaders do we potentially miss out on because people are afraid to stand in front of a crowd and speak? I deeply believe that everyone has a story to share, and they deserve to be equipped to share it effectively. Because this, standing in front of each other, looking each other in the eyes, this is how we transmit knowledge. This is how we build each other up. This is how we inspire each other. Now, I could go on for a long time about how I and other people have worked on overcoming the fear of public speaking. But in my experience, there is one thing more than anything else that makes a difference. You have to find a message that outweighs your vanity. I had a theater professor in college tell me that it was none of my business what the audience was thinking about me when I was on that stage. My one and only job was to tell the story. The first step to effective public speaking is to find a message that you are so passionate about sharing that you refuse to get in your own way of sharing it. I can stand here in front of you today because I care more about telling you this than I do about what you might think of me. Now, this does take extra work, and I spend a lot of extra time researching and writing as I have worked to overcome this fear. One of the places I speak is there at the Lead Center. I give pre-show talks, and I spend a lot of extra time researching the shows and the artists before I do it. But the upshot is by the time I get up to speak, I'm so excited about what I have to share with the audience that overcomes how nervous I am. The same thing happened when I was asked to go back and be the graduation speaker at the high school I graduated from. I was absolutely terrified, and I 100% was going to turn it down. But in the end, I spoke to them about the importance of doing things that really scare you, and that message was more important to me than the fear. Even if you just have to present in front of colleagues, I would challenge you to find the piece of information that you're really excited to share with them. Not only will that help you overcome the nervousness, It'll make your presentation better because enthusiasm is contagious. The key to all of this is passion. So here's what I want to leave you with. The next time the situation presents itself where you could speak to a group of people, take it. Be afraid, and do it anyway. Don't deny us your story. You just might change the world. Thank you.